Alright, hello, my name is Graham Hill. This is my inventory video. This is an overhead view of my dock system. And on here, we can see that things are moved with a forklift, aka bulldozer. Most of the freight that we handle is either palletized and neatly stacked and saran wrapped. Sometimes there can be hazmat materials or paint, things as such, that come through with barrels. We do have special attachments that can attach to the forklifts that help picking those up and moving them really easy. Sometimes freight can come through rolls, carpet rolls, and boxes and cartons that we will have to move by hand. But for the majority of everything, everything is moved with a forklift or a pallet jack. Most of the trailers that we have, there's about 200 doors that we have that the trailers back up to that are easily accessible. Some of the trailers do offer heat. They do have heaters built in to keep certain products warm, such as anything that might contain paint or baby food or any kind of liquids that would freeze in any kind of wintry weather. Also, we do offer the Final Mile van. The van is usually used for when a customer has relatively small freight, or if it doesn't really require a whole trailer to be used. We can just put the freight in the back of the van, the small van, and drive it to the customer's location and unload it by hand. We do utilize a warm room. This room is all year round heated and closed by a shutter door. You would use this room when it is 30 degrees or below out. Same thing with the trailers that are heated. You would store anything in here that is freezable. And all of this will tell you on your scanner gun that we use. This is your primary mode of inventory and scanning. So every door that every trailer is backed up to will have a bay number and a load number. So if you scan that load number for that door, say this trailer here is door 67, it would have a load 67 and bay 67. So if I were to move freight into this trailer to get ready to go to Nashville, I would scan 67, load 67, and I would put the freight onto the trailer. Now, if that door is full and there's no more room left, I would take that freight and put it in the bay. This middle part here would be the bay, any space in between the trailers, and you would then scan bay 67. So that lets everybody know that where that freight is at all times, and where it's going. Now the forklifts, we also use something called a dimensioner. It is a relay station that has dimensioning lasers on it. The forklift would approach and drop the freight onto it and back up, and then scan the dimensioner barcode, which then would have lasers scan and dimension the freight. That would automatically populate your scanner gun with the dimensions and the weight of the freight. This helps create revenue and gets a precise measurement on just exactly the type of freight that we're dealing with. So you would then take this freight and drive it to your trailer and load it on there. And then you would scan use your LRT gun, your scanner gun, and scan the door and scan that freight on. And then you would move to the next trailer you were working out of. So this trailer arrived from Peoria, and you would drive inside and you would pull the next freight out. So let's say we had some hazmat that came out of here. You would Of course, move the hazmat out carefully, and it is freezable, so it's not going out over the weekend, so you would have to drive it to the warm room, which you would have to have a supervisor unlock for you. You would leave it in there, and then as well as the doors, the trailer doors, this also has a scan load barcode and a bay barcode. So you would load this hazmat into here, close the door, it would stay warm overnight, that way it wouldn't freeze and damage the product. Now sometimes when you are driving around, there are usually about 50 to 60 forklifts driving at once, so sometimes it is a little hectic. Sometimes you would have to use pallets for certain things. So what we use is a pallet trailer. This is filled with nothing but wooden pallets, which we would use to stack certain types of freight onto. And usually you'd have to do this type of stuff by hand, and you would shrink wrap it and things like that. Once the pallet trailer is empty, we would let the supervisors know, and they would send up an order to the vendor to get us a new trailer that has more fresh pallets in it, non-damaged. This also goes the same with absorbing powder or tape or saran wrap and such like that. Now, any returns that we would handle, it would come back on the same trailer that it went out. And when it comes back on the same trailer, we would see what the issue is, whether we sent it to the wrong person or it was damaged or something like that. We would then get a hold of the consignee and work out any issues with them. And that basically sums up the day of Dayton Freight. This is where I got my inventory system from. I think it's very efficient in the way we get things done. We move freight. We move hundreds of thousands of pounds of freight every day. And I think it's very efficient at how it gets done. That way people don't have to wait on their products for a long amount of time. And it's usually almost always handled with care. And that's about it. Thank you.